Yeah, you can count down. I'll go. Okay, so this is thank you. This is BSF02. I guess this is a kind of a newer or later release of more F-Zero tracks. I don't know a whole lot about this game, so I'll just pretty much for the most part play it and go on as much as I can about the little things I do know. In this game, there's four new vehicles compared to the original F-Zero. This one I'm using right now is the fastest one for all the tracks. It has actually really good acceleration compared to the Fire Stingray, and it's a little bit more slidey than the Fire Stingray. It doesn't grip as near as well, but overall it's a good machine. Wow, if you want to add commentary to this too, feel free. Or any of you guys, anyone who wants to say anything. But yeah, this track is obviously just Mute City with a stupid amount of dash plates.
Yeah, and that makes the final corner very challenging.
Yeah.
So there's a way to take it at a pretty high speed, so going in all the way in the left rail, cutting inside the hairpin, and usually you want to keep the S-jet just for after that corner, so you can, if you lose too much speed, you can get back up to full speed immediately. But in the final lap, it's not really, you cannot use the full S-jet if you use it at that point.
Right, yeah, so I'll just use it now. It's probably like the next most optimal place to use it.
Yeah, so this F-Zero2, this is the BSF-02 practice edition that was released in Japan on the Satellaview in 1997. So almost like right before F-Zero6. And there's actually several versions of it. This is the practice version where you can play the Ace League, 5 new tracks with 4 new cars. There's also SoundLink versions where they had like a satellite broadcast with commentary and music, like the jazz album for F-Zero that they play. And that actually had 10 more tracks, but that one is impossible to find nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
So for the mechanics, it's pretty much identical to the regular F-Zero, except the Luna Bomber is the best car in this game. Its handling is a little bit different, and it has a little bit faster acceleration than Fire Stingray. And the acceleration makes it so that you can only get 1 CPU bounce, and then you're too far ahead at the start of each race. There's only a handful of people that have actually competed in this game because it's pretty hard to find. Some of the better ones are Hori, Japanese player, Richard Taro, and myself. And now Edward has joined in. So all speedrun tactics apply in this game. Finishing second to win time. There's actually 2 Sandstorm tracks in the Ace League. but only the second one has actual wind on it, like the dead wind tracks. I still have some pretty challenging corners. And so Edward has only started has access to this game since yesterday. So what you're seeing now is just 1 day's worth of practice. It's quite amazing. So Edward, did you time any runs for Ace League so far? Or just practiced it?
Oh yeah, just practice. No actual...
So it will be a world record by default.
Okay. That's about as free as it can get, yeah.
Silence 2 is an interesting track with some jumps that you can take some shortcuts. Nice dodge.
Every single segment runs, gotta keep that in mind here. This one it's okay though. Finished first on this one.
Yeah, so this is the wood track that has a lot of wind on it, pushing you to the side, and a few tricky corners, so makes it one of the harder tracks on the Ace League. CPUs.
Oh yeah. Right. And then there's me.
Whoa.
So this machine has much less health than the Fire Stingray does, so you have to be extra careful.
And the last corner.
Alright, and time. I think I set the bar pretty low for that one, so it should be improvable. Alright. Okay, yeah, no worries. Cool. There you have it, guys. Yeah!
Right, then now you got 1 hour. Time attack.
Do some more time attack,
Yeah.
alright.
Gotta go.
Sure. I guess